It's time for Chad's Recovery Corner, where recovery's just around the corner. It's time for Chad's Recovery Corner, which nobody can deny. Hello! Good morning and welcome to a delayed Chad's Recovery Corner. We haven't had Chad's Recovery Corner in about a week's time because I don't know why. I just haven't done it. There's been lots of readings that I've done over the week that I've wanted to share with you, but for one reason or another, just couldn't get it together to be able to bring you a Chad's Recovery Corner. So, today we are reading from the gay one. The LGBTQIA plus one that doesn't say this because it's old, but it would if it weren't able to update itself somehow. We're out on the balcony today because why wouldn't we be when we have a balcony available to us? And there's also a church service going on in the park. Isn't that nice? They're talking about higher power too. So today, we're going to be reading. I was going to read one of the ones from last week, but then I realized this one is good. And I feel like the daily reflections are really for that day. Why go back to other things? They'll come around again. So, May 2nd. Your feeling of being unforgiven and unforgivable is what makes you suffer so. But it only exists in your heart and in your mind, meaning it's not necessarily a real thing. Step 5 shows us the way to self-acceptance and self-esteem as we acknowledge to our higher power, to ourselves, and to a trusted person all those things we wish we'd done differently. The prospect of laying bare a whole past may seem formidable to us at first, but when we risk doing it, we can begin to change. We can learn to forgive ourselves when we understand that we're not alone in our feelings or actions, and that we are forgivable, and that we have already begun to change from the moment we became willing to admit the exact nature of our wrongs. Hence, step 5. The burden of guilt and shame is lifted from us when we let in the unconditional love of people that we trust. Like all human beings, we are entitled to it. Today, I forgive myself. Okay, so today we're forgiving ourselves. How is that something that is showing up in your life? And releasing the burden of guilt and shame. Guilt and shame are like, for me, at the core of kind of all of this addiction, problems in living, general kind of self-hatred and feelings of unworthiness or being unforgivable, even in the ways of church. For a long time, I thought that if I walked into a church, I would simply burst into flames because of all my sinning. It's not a real thing. I can go into a church just fine without bursting into flames, but there is something that made me feel like I was unforgivable, even by God. It's a big thing to have to kind of sit with. So where do you feel like you're unlovable, unforgivable, and where do you need to forgive yourself first and foremost? That's some big stuff for this morning, so let's take a big drink of It Is What It Is mug and swallow that reading down. And it's been lovely sharing the morning with you with my new calancho that I got at IKEA to bring a little bit of flowers to my patio. There was a lot of cleavage in that episode as well, which may or may not have added to the experience for you. All right, so I hope everybody has a good Sunday, and take a moment to think about where it is you might need to forgive yourself. I know I will. Tune in next week. when we see how much we've forgiven ourselves and talk about other stuff that has to do with recovery. Bye.